Hello, my name is Cole Cabrera, and I'm a fourth year on the Cal Poly baseball team. Thank you to everyone who has financially contributed toward our campaign that aims to build mental health resources for all our student athletes. Thanks to a generous anonymous donor, we were able to match a $3,000 donation, dollar for dollar, and jump closer to our goal. We have raised almost 50% of our goal of $16,500 to fully fund TalkSpace for all our Mustang student athletes. Last week, I had the unique opportunity to meet one-on-one with Jimmy Van Ostren, Cal Poly baseball alum and current Toronto Blue Jays mental health coach. We had an open and honest conversation about student-athlete mental health and its importance. Let's take a look. You know, a lot of us get into the mental game very late. Obviously, you're a very well-known professional in the field. But what's something that you wish you knew earlier about how the mental game affects, the performance and whatnot?
I think the biggest thing that I wish I knew a little bit earlier was just the way that the mental game is just like the physical game, or your technical or your tactical. You got to put time in, you got to put effort, and you got to put work in. I think sometimes people think with a mentality like you either have it or you don't. Or, once you learn something, a concept, you learn about it philosophically or mentally, you can just go out there and put it into play. And really, that's not the truth. Just understanding is kind of the first level of being able to then, put stuff into practice some of the time, and then put stuff into practice most of the time, and then really take it and for those mental skills to hold up under pressure in the biggest circumstances. So, I think that's the thing that I wish I'd understood a little bit more earlier. It's not just I'm spending 3 hours at the field, and then another hour in the weight room and doing all these things that are very common in the athletics world. And then it's like, I feel good about myself if I'm putting 15 minutes in every, once a week or something to think about mental training. And it's like, that's what I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to get 15 minutes once a week out of it. But if I, engage in whether it's, a mindfulness practice or meditation, or just having a little bit more breakdown on what my routines are and why I'm doing anything and how I'm thinking, and kind of doing some of those checklists like that. I think that's where sort of the magic is. It's not a quick switch. It's not anything like that, but it takes time and it takes effort, but you can really be rewarded for those efforts. And I think it can magnify some of the other skills that people possess and really let those shine through.
What are your thoughts on providing mental health resources to collegiate student athletes?
I think it's incredibly important. You're talking about a group of individuals that have essentially a full-time job in their sports commitments, potentially a full-time student commitment in their student commitments, and then you have one of the most impactful few years of their life in terms of social development and what they're doing away from school and away from the field. So you've kind of got these three high level, high development, lot of taxing demands going on, and it can lead to a lot of the greatest developments and the best situations and all kinds of things, but it can also include a lot of kind of push and pull and high challenges that go along with trying to perform well or manage time or any of the above in all of those different areas. And I think anytime that you have dedicated resources and better resources to help people navigate those different situations and do it in a way that they get to be who they are and about what they're all about, I think it can be really, really, really beneficial.
Why is it important to support student-athlete mental health right now?
I think it's important for anybody at any age, but I think the fact that there are those different extreme demands of collegiate level athletes, plus you're in, you've gone from an area where the majority of people are kind of living at home and have people around them, support systems of some way, shape, or form, whether that's their friends they've grown up with, family, other extended people around them. And now they've moved into an environment where a lot of that's changed and a lot of that's new and a lot of that's different. So you might be living away from home for the first time. You're having to manage your own time for the first time. Nobody's checking up on you and doing some of these things the same way. So the support system is totally different. And then just developmentally, there's a lot of things going on during this age range and frame where people, decision making can be a little bit more questionable. Risk-taking behaviors can be a little bit higher. And so it really is an incredibly impactful age, and an age where it's valuable to have some extra guidance and development. But I don't think that's to say it's at the expense of any age. I think all of us can get better at how we're functioning mentally. I think it's an important area for anybody to invest in, and I think it's one of the things that people get very, very well served for the time that they're willing to put in to explore how they function, to understand at a deeper level what's important to them, understand meaning and purpose and things like that. And I think it's valuable for anybody, but especially student athletes with all the different things they have going on. It makes a lot of sense to me.
Please support our campaign to help us achieve this for all our Mustangs by checking out our fundraising page and posting with our hashtag #BuckTheStigma. Thank you for your continued support of Cal Poly Athletics. Go Mustangs!